The last question is asking about a circle and a line. We've got our circle here, and we want our line just to touch it, not to cross it in two places, not to miss it. We just want it to touch it. We're going to need to think about what this line is, and I think the simplest thing to do would be to add y to both sides to begin with. So y equals mx minus 2. And what we're going to do now is put this in to this circle here and substitute it in. So I've got x squared plus 6x's plus mx minus 2 all squared, and I'm taking away 8 lots of mx minus 2, and that equals 4. Bit of tidying up then. Let's tidy up all this algebra. This is where people have gone wrong. We need to square this part, so we've got m squared x squared. We've got minus 2 mx's, but we've got that twice, so we've got minus 4 mx's, and then minus 2 squared is plus 4. Slightly easier this bit here. I've got minus 8 mx's. Careful here, we've got a plus 16, and I'm actually going to take away that 4 on this line to make it equal 0. There, it only just fitted on the page there. Let's look at these x squareds then. We've got one of them there, and we've got m squared of them there. Altogether, I've got 1 plus m squared of the x's. X squareds. Now let's look at x's. So there's 6 of them here, and then there's another minus 12m of them altogether there. And finally the numbers. The numbers, we've got 4 and 16 minus 4, so we've got a plus 16 equals 0. So there's the quadratic that we're going to be working with. This quadratic, as we were saying earlier, we don't want it to have 2 answers. We don't want it to have no answers. We want it to have one answer. And so for one answer, we want b squared minus 4ac here to equal 0. So we've got, here's the b, 6 minus 12m all squared minus 4 times the a times the c equals 0. Another bracket to square. So 6 squared is 36. I've got minus 72, but I've got minus 72 twice. So I've got minus 144m. And I've got actually 12 squared there as well, 144 m squareds. I'm taking away 4 times 16, that's 64, and 4 times 16 times m squared, which is 64 m squareds. Right, where are we now? So I've got the m squareds here is 144 take away 64. What's that? That's 80 m squareds. Then I've got minus, they're the only m's we've got, aren't they? Minus 144m, and finally I've got 36, take away 64, and that will be minus 28, won't it? Equals 0. Quadratic. Here's my quadratic solver. Quadratic, I've got 80 here, then minus 144, and finally, what was that underneath there? Minus 28. Minus 28. Giving me an answer of, that's horrible, so m is equal to 9 plus 2 root 29 over 10, or obviously 9 minus root 29 over 10. Leaving your answers in exact form, okay, that's telling me this probably is right. I don't want to get the decimal version of that. So if I change that to a decimal, it's not exact anymore, and I won't have the full marks. There you go.